Yeah, for
whatever's
sure.
on there. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the Nintendo Direct, right?
Yeah,
So, um, I know they announced like a lot of stuff,
yeah,
right? Like I mean, one of the cool things that you probably loved was they gave like an adjustment to Animal Crossing, right? They gave it an
yeah.
update for Mario.
Yeah, my wife
So
was pretty pumped about getting
yeah,
some new. There's new objects. There's what do you call those? Like the
the
pipes and tunnel.
tubes, yeah, the
Yeah,
little pipes,
like you
yeah,
could
they got
teleport
all that
on your
stuff.
island. So my wife was pretty excited. She was like, "Oh, check this out."
Yeah,
So that was cool.
right. I thought that was pretty cool, and then there was some other little things that I saw was popping up. Um but like I guess a couple of the bigger ones was like the mention of the Skyward Zelda
Yeah,
Skyward
the
HD
yep,
remastered.
yep.
They also mentioned
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3 was coming out. And then what was the other one? It was
It was
one
Mario
more,
Golf. That was a big.
Mario
That was a new
Golf.
one.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, out of those three, like which one are you more excited for?
Um, damn. I would say none of them are day ones for me.
Okay.
All three of them
Reasonable
are
enough.
are not day ones.
Right.
But out of the bunch, I would say the one I'm most excited for would probably be Splatoon 3.
Oh yeah?
Probably
Okay.
Splatoon 3.
Did you play
Yeah, I
Splatoon
play
2?
I played a lot of Splatoon 2 when I first got my Switch. That was I would say that's like the first. I played a lot of indies at first,
Uh-huh.
but that was like the first party that kind of drew me in. I like the mobile aspect feature where on your phone you can every day you check it, you can get like different like shoes and hats.
Okay.
So it had like an appeal to keep playing it every day. It
Yeah.
had like some of those gotcha mechanics. I was trying to get the coolest outfit, the best tier items and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was playing it every day. Like you could like check the items on your phone, and then
Mhm.
it sends it to your game after a certain amount of time.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it was cool. I was getting like cool items and decorating my character, and the game was fun.
Mhm.
I know Squid loves Splatoon. Ollie, I never played it with Squid, but
Yeah.
it was a cool game to just jump on. The matches were like so
Super
quick
quick
and
or what?
easy, and it's like a chill little game. So I'm excited to see what Splatoon 3 has, because they're showing where you have like a little pet now, or like the
Oh
little
yeah?
companion. Like on that first trailer, it looked like you had a little pet.
Right.
So I'm curious to see what new mechanics they have in the game. But what was the game that caught your attention the most?
Mario Golf, actually.
That one was my second one.
Yeah, I like the off-brand Mario games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think like the golf and like tennis and stuff
Yeah.
like that, I really enjoy those, you know? So anything that I can almost like really like interact with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and utilize some of those other capabilities of the Switch, like I'm all for. So if I can sit there with that, in my hand and maybe, buy one of those golf club attachments and,
Yeah.
sit there and hit some long balls, with my family, then I'm all for it. So I think that I might eventually get Mario Golf. I mean, obviously, if you don't, whether you get it day one or you get it 4 years from now, it's still gonna be the same effing price. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. I don't like that shit, but
Yeah.
that's what it's gonna be. So eventually, when I get around to it, I'll probably end up getting golf, and playing with it. But I wanted to ask you, Zelda, Skyward ain't really on either of our lists for the one that we most be looking forward to. But like, I heard that the price of it is $60.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that? You already know my opinion
Yeah.
on it, so I wanted to get your opinion on it because I don't
Yeah.
fuck with games that are like remastered and you still trying to charge me like the full price on it.
Yeah. I never played this one.
Okay.
So I can't say from a like standpoint like it was an amazing game. I'll
Okay.
buy it like the Super Mario collection.
right,
You know,
right.
like that you got 3 games for the price of one,
Mm-hmm.
and there are 2 games that I freaking loved that I played many hours. One I never played. So
Right.
to me that was a good package bundle. This I don't know because I didn't play this one, so I can't say I don't have any feelings about it.
Mhm.
But I always look up how much the games cost. So if you go and buy it, it's about $40 to $50 depending on the condition of the copy for the
Yeah.
Wii.
Talking about like aftermarket price or whatever.
Correct. So if you want to buy the Wii copy, you're gonna spend at least $40 on it.
Right.
So now you have current Nintendo generation
Mm-hmm.
for $60. I don't think that's too much off. I don't think that's a bad thing. So
Okay, so
because
20. You're okay with $20
I'm
to
okay
get
with
it
the
on the
20
updated system.
I'm okay with a $20 hike up to get current gen, to get it playing at my pocket, to get HD graphics. So
Okay.
I think that's a reasonable jump. Um, like we were talking about GoldenEye. If GoldenEye was $60,
Yeah.
it better look like
Better
Call of
look
Duty
fucking
status.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game, I'm not expecting to look great. I mean, it's probably
That's
gonna look
because
pretty
we're
good.
gimped on the damn Nintendo Switch's
Yeah.
power, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not expecting it to, even if it didn't look that great, just because it's in the 40s right now on the Wii.
Right.
So it must be a pretty decent game.
So if it's on the Wii, then that means that you are potentially like holding up your bow and using your controllers to shoot and stuff like that, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Or was that more of a sideways holding controller?
Like I said, I never played it, but one of my coworkers, I think he was telling me about this one. This is one of my coworkers. Shout out to you, Brennan. He's a big Zelda fan.
Yeah.
And he just threw like a cool little Zelda party for his son for his birthday.
Okay.
Or he's throwing it in this near future.
Yeah.
But I think this is the one he told me he didn't play. There was one that had motion controls, and he's like, I didn't mess with it. So this could be the one. I don't
Okay.
know. But there was one he did say where you had to like swing the sword and like aim the bow.
That'd be kind of cool.
This could be it. So I think that you would like it because I know you like more interactive. It's actually, you're using the console for, it's differentiating itself between the Xbox and the PlayStation here because you're using the Joy-Con. And the Joy-Con is pretty impressive. So
Okay.
I think this maybe could be potentially kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like those it kind of gives you like another level of like getting into the game. You know what I mean? When you're able to do stuff in real life and it computes, to the video game. So I like those little things. I like it when it's an option.
Yeah.
Not so when you're forced to do it. I like it just having it as another option. Like, okay, I grab my 2 controllers, I can do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I want to sit down on the couch, I could play it like that. Or if I want to, play it in the car, I could play it, I don't necessarily like the ones like, I never used the ability in Breath of the Wild where you could hold your Switch up and then,
Me neither.
aiming like that. It wasn't really that fun, but it was a little easier with the thing. But if I could, hold my controllers and I'm playing it on the big screen, I don't mind that stuff.
Yeah. Especially on the projector, that'd be cool to just swing it around.
Dude, man, the projector would be awesome. You blow it up, see what I mean?
You'd be like living in it. So that could be potentially cool for you. But I need to look more into the game because, like I said, we both never played it. So
but I'm not getting that shit at no 60. Like, I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Like, all those other
you
fans.
you could wait about 10 years and it would be 40 probably.
It's not. It's probably gonna be 50. You know what I mean? It might
Due to
it might
inflation
drop
and
on
stuff.
sale for like 55. You know what I mean?
No, I
Like-
mean in 10 years when the Switch is old
Oh,
gen,
yeah,
it'll be
when
at
it's
least $40 because when did the Wii come out? Like
Right. Yeah.
2011?
almost like 10 years or
was that
something.
10 years ago or so?
Yeah.
So
That's a long time, man.
if you get it, it'll at least hold its price.
Yeah. Oh, and then I think they mentioned like another one. It was like Plants vs Zombies, but it
Oh,
was like
yeah,
a
yeah.
remastered or something like that, right?
Yeah. So yeah, they did announce some port of Plants vs Zombies for the Switch. So I always loved the Plants vs Zombies ever since it was like the first. Remember when it was kind of not a tower defense game, but remember when like you planted your flowers and then the waves would come.
Right, and it would kind of like be in the pathway or whatever, and then
It'd be like
the zombies would go through it, and then you'd have to drop more and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
So I like the style of it from then, and then they just like kept, I guess, on the franchise expanding, and it became like a shooter.
right.
So I'm pretty excited because on the PlayStation 4, this
Mhm.
was one game I put a lot of hours in, just playing by myself. It was really cool.
You
So-
talking about the Plants vs Zombies that they gave
Guardian
us
Warfare?
for free or something like that?
Yeah, the Guardian
Yeah.
Warfare.
Right.
So I put a lot of hours in that one on the PS4. So I really enjoyed that game. So yeah, we'll see how this one turns out. But I think it's perfect for the Nintendo.
Right.
Having this kind of game.
Yeah. I mean,
Good for the
it's not like
kids.
it's not like a super graphics taxing game. So
And it's not grotesque for the kids. Kids could play the shooter game.
Yeah,
have fun.
So like one of the other ones that had caught my eye was like they're finally porting Outer Worlds. to the
Oh
Switch.
yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like, I looked at a planet, it just looked like a meatball, like a lumpy meatball,
Yeah.
floating in space or whatever. Like, it did not look good. I don't know why you would port that stuff.
Yeah. For the
There's
Switch.
there's just a lot of games that
Yeah.
should just never be on the Switch. You
Yeah.
know
For
what
the
I mean? They
Switch, I
don't have a
mainly play
purpose.
random indies or
Yeah, Switch is
first.
great for like an indie
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah.
And some of the discounts that be given on some of these indies are like absurd.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things that I can't understand. Like, you give huge discounts to all of the other third party providers, but on your own games you don't. And those are the ones that automatically sell every time. So I don't understand why you wouldn't lower the shit out of your games.
Yeah.
Like, people want to play them,
Yeah. They got the.
and you
Yeah.
sell like millions of copies on like week 1 and stuff. But why don't you lower it to like a really cheap price? Like, I would much rather sit there and give like a couple dollars on some random indie game I know of than to buy those other games that have been there for 5 years and still $40. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Hey man, they make all the profit that way.
Yeah.
So, and they've been doing it for a while now, so they're getting away with it. So, why change when you
People
don't have
gotta
to?
stop buying them shits, man.
If they weren't selling so darn well, they would be like Ubisoft. A week later, like 50% off.
Yeah.
The game just freaking came out.
Yeah, it just dropped, and then they got freaking 50% off, 30% off, or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, they have no reason to, and until we stop buying them, until we stop paying absurd amounts for used copies and stuff,
Right.
they have no reason
Yeah.
to change it, man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And to all you people questioning the fact that I don't like to pay money for like remake and remaster, it's high money, right? Not full price or whatever. I did just get a copy of Demon Souls finally for the PS5
Nice.
today.
How much did you pay? Did you
for
pay full
this.
price?
I
for that?
paid $40 for it.
So you paid $40 for a $70 game. Was
40
was
for
the
a
copy
$70 game.
messed up, chewed up?
Brand new, hadn't even been opened yet, still in the wrapper. I just decided that I wanted to play it finally. I was looking for I was going through all those other games and whatnot, and I'm like, man, I just want to play Demon Souls.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I was just like, you had offered to let me borrow the
Yeah.
copy that you purchased from Squid, but I was like, I would want to buy my copy so that I could have it and maybe be able to play in a mission or whatever
Yeah.
with you.
Oh yeah.
So I can't play with you if I've got your copy.
Oh, yeah.
So
Forgot those. I've never played multiplayer in the Souls games,
yeah, you gotta
so
try
I
it.
didn't even like.
Makes things a little bit more easier and a little
Yeah.
bit more fun too.
I think I turned on PvP once I figured out how to put the marking on the ground or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one aspect. I never messed with the multiplayer aspect of Souls, so I want to try that out.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
so we gotta check that out. But yeah, so I managed to get it off of offer
Nice.
up. Shout outs to the guy who sold it to me. I think his name is Andrew.
Nice.
But it was.
Did he
a
say
used
how he got
copy.
it by?
I believe he bought it in a bundle.
Okay.
All these bundles that people were getting forced into,
Yeah.
and he wasn't a Souls
trying to
player,
recoup the
so
money?
he didn't even attempt. And I mean, if you go on offer up, you see quite a few people selling their copies, but
Yeah.
a lot of them are still trying to get like $60 for them.
Crazy.
And I think this one was listed for 55. I tried to offer him 35, for it because like another issue that I was having, right, was that on GameStop, it's not at least on the app, it wasn't possible for me to find the used copy or not a used copy, but how much the trade-in value is of Demon Souls, because that would have been my base, right? Like if you're giving $40 for Demon Souls on the PS5 when I traded in, then that would be my basis. It's like, okay, that's at least
Yeah.
what it's worth, right now. But I could not find it anywhere. So I would be assuming in my head that it'd be around $30, $35 or so
Yeah.
for how much you would get if you would have traded in. And it might be worse than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm giving the benefit of the
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure.
But that's what I was trying to base it off of. And there's people like you open the game already and you suck at it, so you're trying to sell it. Or you open the game already, but you're not doing anything with it. Like you posted it like a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever. You know damn well you're not playing it.
Yeah.
Why are you still trying to get 60, 50 off of it? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to get rid of it? Like, I understand,
Yeah.
the fact of trying to get like the most for it or whatever. But if the game is $70, you could buy it at the store. You know what I mean? And you're trying to sell it for like $10 cheaper. Like,
Yeah.
there's no real incentive for me to go through OfferUp,
Yeah.
on that. Like, I might as well just go ahead and
Yeah, for sure.
and get it somewhere else, or just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait until
Yeah.
it drops down. But
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it has not dropped down at all in any of the stores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
'Cause
think maybe a used copy is probably like $60 or something like
At
that
GameStop?
on GameStop.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I managed to find one. I was trying to see if I could beat your price and get it at 35 instead of 40.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what you got yours for, right?
Yeah. He sold
But-
me that and Morales.
Miles Morales,
for
right?
$60.
Yeah. So that was a great deal.
Yeah.
But so all I was able to find was the one for
Yeah.
the 40.
Yeah, because remember when I told you? Remember I did when the PlayStation first launched. Remember I was checking the offer up and I was like, "Hey guys, there's a lot of copies of brand new games for $50."
Right.
Remember? I was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sealed the day one when they came out.
Right.
That explains it. Everyone had to buy a bundle, and they didn't want that game, or
Yeah.
they wanted to buy digital or something. I don't know, whatever reasoning they had.
Right.
But there was a lot of copies floating around where people didn't actually want the game; they just wanted the console.
Yeah, that
So-
was one of the most disappointing things about this release, was that there was just so many things that you were forced
Yeah.
forced to buy this extremely overpriced bundle
Yeah.
because you had to buy other shit with it that you didn't even want.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
true.
might not even have another person to play the game with, but you had to buy an extra
Yep.
controller and a whole nother game that you wanted no parts of. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You might
that's
have
true.
only wanted to play Miles Morales
Yeah.
and some of the other stuff like Ragnarok or whatever later on. But
Yeah.
now you gotta buy this $70 game along with this $60 game. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, damn, So that kind of sucks. But I knew it was already like that when you could go on StockX, who's only there for shoes and
Yeah.
and some attire, to then selling PlayStations, and then you can look and find games. The games that were in the bundles. So for the longest, my way of base pricing things was that StockX was selling it for $38 or so, $35 on there, because there's so many people that were buying bundles that had Demon Souls,
Got it.
and you could get a new copy. It's never used. It's
Yeah.
new copies unopened for like $38. But with StockX, you have all of these other
You said
fees,
fees,
and
right?
transactions.
Ah.
So it may end up that you're paying $50-something for the game, even though it was listed as like $35.
Got it.
So I figured around that price is like a decent price
For sure.
to buy a game that's been out for a couple months. You know what I mean? And it was a remake on top of that.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so I popped that in my system, letting it load up and everything. So I'm gonna definitely try to get that one
Nice.
cracking over the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
The
for
little
sure.
time that I have left, and and start trying to play that one. So once you get on it,
I'll let
it's
you
probably
know.
gonna be a while since you getting on Valhalla and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I'll definitely try to hop on and
Hmm.
then see if I can
I
work
might-
through some missions.
I
with
might
you or
start
whatever.
it up. I might take it for a spin because previously that was my number one game. That was like the reason, that was
Right,
gonna
that
be
was
like
gonna
my
be
launch
like your day
title.
one joint. Yeah.
And I haven't been playing Valhalla now for like a week.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I might just take Demon Souls for a spin. Because not the luster wore off on Valhalla, but I don't know. I just wanted to get it over with. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was. I was like, I'm already starting it. Let me just play it through so I can move on.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that sometimes too. Like, some of the games, they have so much to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Valhalla is good because I want to search and do all of the little random things that's out there and find all the treasures and stuff that's hidden, all the secrets and things. But at the same time, it's like I do want to finish it so that I could move on to the next game.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, damn, I just stop exploring and then just go straight on missions or whatever, But every now and then I'm still going to get sidetracked. So that's
Yeah.
why I just said I'm going to just hold for a minute, play some other stuff that I know I'll probably be able to finish within a decent amount of time, and then I'll come back to it,
Yeah.
because I'm not planning on selling the game
Yeah.
or anything. So I'll get around to it,
Yeah.
It was a fun game. So
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
going to go back into it.
I love you, me.